The next presenter, Dave Lieberth, is an Akron historian, author, and chairman of the Summit County Historical Society. He has been a civic activist for almost 40 years, and for 10 years, he was deputy mayor of Akron. Mr. Lieberth founded the Lock 3 and Lock 4 entertainment venues in downtown Akron. He was a founder of Leadership Akron. He produced the dedication ceremonies for Minter Place and Canal Park Stadium. He wrote and produced the homecoming ceremonies for LeBron James in 2014 at Imposition Stadium and the 2016 celebration at Lock 3, celebrating the Cavs NBA title. Mr. Lieberth serves on the boards of the Akron Summit Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Downtown Akron Partnership, the Akron Symphony, and the LeBron James Family Foundation. He also chairs the Community Engagement Committee of SUMA Health. The title of Mr. Lieberth's presentation is Bricks Without Straw, The Adventures of a Junior High History Nerd.
Thank you, Crystal. Good evening, everybody. And isn't it a beautiful night in downtown Akron? When Moses told the Pharaoh, "Let my people go," the tyrant retaliated by refusing to give the people straw to make bricks. Straw adds strength to clay. Bricks made without straw crumble easily, but the Egyptian slaves had to work harder to keep up or risk being beaten. Moses needed a miracle, and he got one. In Akron's history, when we've been forced to make bricks without straw, we don't look for miracles. We look for genius, for teams that work together. We do more with less, and you might even say Akron succeeds by doing things the hard way on purpose. I discovered that in junior high. When you're not big enough for football, too short for the hoops, too uncoordinated to play baseball, then in one of Akron's great traditions, you put on your nerd glasses and you read. And for this ninth grader at St. Vincent High School, he looked for adventure and inspiration in the pages of Carl Grismer's History of Akron and Summit County, all 821 pages of it. I found everything I wanted in the book. Native people defending their lands, the excitement of war, the adventure of scientific discovery, the drama of clandestine labor spies, and Irishmen swigging whiskey on the biggest pick and shovel operation the world had ever seen. There were daring entrepreneurs who went from rags to riches and back to rags again before becoming America's first millionaires. Digging a little further, there's even enough sex and violence to make a 15-year-old boy's mind wander. But no miracles, just hard work, grit, and determination. And what a place this became. Akron birthed Quaker Oats, agricultural mowers, and ceramic tiles that went into the subways of New York City. We led the campaign to pave roads from the Atlantic to the Pacific. We invented ways to make toy marbles and the world's first usable golf ball. But one story stands out. It has mystery, invention, drama, and a superhero with a team of Avengers, an eyeglass-wearing gang of nerdy scientists who had to leap one of the tallest challenges America could erect, and to do it in a single bound. It's the story of synthetic rubber, the story of Akron making bricks without straw. In 1939, there were 100 Akron companies making, molding, and extruding products out of rubber. B.F. Goodrich was the largest rubber company in the world. The United States used half of the world's output of natural rubber, and Akron's 4 giant companies used most of that. In 1940, Goodrich unveiled America's first tire made entirely of synthetic rubber. It was futuristic, but not practical to produce in quantity. The world ran on rubber. Cars, trucks, airplanes, even ships at sea relied for 1,000 uses on that indispensable gummy latex that flowed from rubber trees, cultivated only in a narrow swath of geography on either side of the equator in the South China Sea. In 1940, the world had a single source for the devil's milk from the Dutch East Indies and the island of Malaya. Now, everybody knows what happened on December 7th, 1941, but very few knew that on December 8th, Japan invaded Malaya. And 2 months later, the empire held hostage the world's entire supply of natural rubber. President Roosevelt had stockpiled almost 500,000 tons. But with the rising need for treads on tanks, de-icers on planes, and tires that could move armies across the world, we needed 1 million tons a year. A presidential commission said the situation was so dangerous that unless drastic measures were taken, the United States faced a military and civilian collapse. To cut the wear and tear on tires, B.F. Goodrich staged a national advertising campaign to offer tips on how to save the tread on your tires to make them last longer. Gasoline was rationed. A national speed limit was imposed of 35 miles per hour, and none of Akron's companies were allowed to sell their tires to the public. Prior to the war, Akron's rubber companies kept their research secrets to themselves. 12 days after Pearl Harbor, Goodyear, Goodrich, and Firestone turned over to the government all of their patent rights and research on synthetic rubber for free. One person was needed to lead the effort, a man who had spent a decade in the quest for rubber chemistry's golden fleece, Dr. Waldo Seaman of Hudson, the head of Goodrich Research. He was enlisted as the lead scientist to marshal the nation's chemists to compress 20 years of planning into a few months, an acceleration unprecedented in modern history. From behind his thick spectacles, he led a brotherhood of research workers to perform the Herculean task to replace 1 million tons of natural rubber with a synthetic that hadn't even been invented yet. Some historians will say that what happened in Akron in 1942 secured the Allied success in the Second World War more than the atomic bomb. By May of 1942, this gang of chemistry nerds opened a synthetic rubber plant at Firestone in South Akron. In 7 months, it produced 4,000 tons of replacement rubber. Waldo Seaman cemented his own legacy with 116 patents, including polyvinyl chloride, the third most used plastic in the world. He made Akron the center of worldwide research for polymers. We now produce more patents than any other area of Ohio. At the Goodyear Polymer Center, across from the Chihuly sculpture, there's a granite boulder with a plaque recalling what happened here in 1942. It is devoted to the chemists who shared the sacrifice of the war, who over a few short months enabled the United States to win the war against the Axis powers. And that's one story of many. What we take from our past is the resilience that Akron has shown over 192 years. Our size is our strength. Being right-sized makes us the largest small town in America. And as we plan for the city's bicentennial in 2025, we'll have more opportunities to share these stories, the large ones, the small ones, and your story as well. Thank you.